The key to success is to schedule your priorities, not prioritize your schedule. Right? Right? That was Stephen Covey, and I am a huge fan of scheduling your priorities, whether they're in business, whether they're in your life, whether they're anything at all. You must schedule your priorities first and not let your schedule run you, right? So I'm going to be talking to you about the priorities in tech that you need to schedule, that maybe you haven't thought about before. And this is tech for your business. Now, before I go into that, which can be a really boring subject, I know tech, everybody goes glaze over. I promise it's going to be fun, okay? And there's tragedy, there's comedy, all kinds of things in this. So when I was a kid, I was going to be a veterinarian. And in my first manifestation, at 8 years old, I decided that I was going to go to UC Davis and be a veterinarian. And despite the fact that I had a 3.0 grade point average and a 1420 SAT score out of 1,600, I got into UC Davis. Easy peasy. And then I ran into something that my mother had installed in me, which was called a learning disability called dyscalculia, which means I didn't do numbers. Love science, absolutely adore science. Science is awesome. I love the whole thing. But if you want me to calculate how many moles of hydrochloric acid with equals whatever. So my first grade on my UC Davis transcript is chemistry 1AF. So I had to shift. It was one of my first pivots. And I pivoted into comparative literature. Love it. Got to take things like children's literature and the literature of the fantastic and people who, I forget what the official class title was, but people who wrote around the time of Shakespeare that you never knew, who are just really good writers. And to my mind, some of them are even better than Shakespeare, but we get Shakespeare all the time. Really good stuff. And then, spring quarter, my senior year, a friend of mine twisted my arm and made me take Introduction to Basic Programming. Oh my God, computers? Are you nuts? Hello, the person who failed science because numbers? Well, guess what? The computers do the numbers for you. This was so cool. I was instantly hooked. But it was a little late to change my major at that point. So I immediately went to a junior college and I got an AA degree in management information systems. And I got a bunch of jobs in what was then called management information systems, MIS. They now call it IT. And a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, called the Silicon Valley, I was a junior programmer, and it was my job to babysit the techs who came in to maintain the computer systems. The computer that we had at the time was about from here to about here and about yay tall. And we had 3 disk drives. They're about the size of 3 washing machines, small or dishwashers. And the tech had to come and open them up, take the disk packs out, oil the spindle, vacuum the container so that nothing happened to the disks, right? So he came, he opens up the first one, he takes the disk pack out, He puts it up on the 6-foot-high filing cabinet, opens up the second one, takes the disk out, puts it up on the 6-foot-tall filing cabinet. Some of you are already seeing where this is going. Opens up the third one, takes it out, puts it up on the 6-foot filing cabinet, and pushes. What he didn't realize is that there was a gap on the other end. It wasn't a wall. And that, my friends, was my very first disk crash. A 20-inch plastic container containing several stacks of metal hit the linoleum floor from 6 feet up. It looked like an infinity sign. So the first tech essential that I want to tell you about is backups. Backups are crucial in case you have a disk crash, or a hacker, or a disgruntled programmer that you hire from Fiverr, or even an incompetent one that you hire from Freelancer. But here's the secret to backups. It's not just about the backup. How long and how do you restore the data? So the priority that you must schedule is at least monthly, please monthly, but I know nobody's going to do that. So we'll make it quarterly. Rehearse your restore. Rehearse your restore. Make sure that you can restore, because that day, it took several hours for them to get us a replacement disk pack. Fortunately, we were in the Silicon Valley and this was HP, so they could get it to us pretty quickly. But it took 8 hours, maybe closer to 10, to restore from tape. Guess who got to babysit the restore? So you want to make sure that your business isn't down that long. So you need to know how long it takes you to restore and what the process is, because guess what? When you're panicking because your data just died, you're not thinking. You're not doing critical thought. No, you want to have this in your at least middle of mind memory about how you can restore your data and get up and running as fast as possible. So backup/restore, number 1 priority. Number 2 priority. In nearly every one of my management information system jobs, I was known as the password Nazi. Everybody had Post-it notes. Post-it notes, everybody remember the Post-it notes? Please don't tell me you still have Post-it notes attached to your monitors. Post-it notes up on their monitors for their passwords, and I'd go around and I'd rip them off, because this is a security risk. I was working from everywhere from startups to multi-country megacorps. So it's, you can't have passwords running around. So nowadays, it's even worse, right? Because in those days, the passwords needed to be just 8 characters, and it didn't really matter. Today, you need passwords that are at least 12 to 14 characters long. They must be a combination of alpha, numeric, and special characters. It's the best way to keep from having to do a real restore. You can't remember all of those. So I invite you, if you have not already done so, I invite you to schedule a priority to research password managers. They will make your life so much easier. I have my favorite. You can come talk to me later about which one is my favorite, but you must have a password manager. You must. It's a priority. You must have proper passwords. And these password managers, the cool thing is you don't have to think of a password. They'll make one up for you that's random. It's great. So, backup/restores, passwords. The third one, and this is what I am most passionate about, because I want to tell you a secret. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm lazy. I'm freaking lazy. I hate repetitive things. I hate things that make me do more work than I have to. That's what tech is for. Now, you're going to think this is weird when I combine it with what I'm about to talk about, but have you all heard of customer relationship management systems? Yes, I'm going to change the name for you now and forevermore. Business relationship managers. Because it's not just about keeping track of your customers, right? It's about managing your business. Because if your customers are gold, the people who refer business to you are platinum. Platinum. Those people bring in customers for you, and you want to have a business relationship manager that allows you to keep track of who's referred who to you. Your affiliates, who may not be as close, but people who refer to you, you want to attract affiliates, have affiliates be able to drive business for you. Because I will tell you that customers are the lifeblood of your company. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. So business relationship managers are the most important piece of tech that you need to get a hold of. And currently, I only know of 2 customer relationships. You can educate me, and maybe there's 3 out there, but I only know of 2 that allow you to do a 360-degree business relationship manager. So those are the 3 things: backup/restore, passwords, and business relationship management. If you schedule those as a priority, your business will be flourishing, you will have customers, and you will never have to have the sound of a disk crash cause you panic. Thank you.